The Porsche 911. What can be said about this legendary sports car that hasn't been said before? The arrival of the 997 series made a lot of enthusiasts rejoice, as the quite controversial fried egg headlamps of the 996 were now gone in favor of more traditional round headlamps. In addition, with the development of the 997, Porsche developed the Cabriolet before the coupe in the belief that the chassis stiffness and weight reduction techniques achieved for the Cabriolet would then make it for a more robust coupe structure. The 997 was well received by enthusiasts and the press, most notably Jeremy Clarkson, who is a known detractor of Porsche, and said the 997 will make love to your fingertips and stir your soul. The 911 that we are taking a look at today is a nicely optioned Carrera S Cabriolet painted in GT silver metallic with the classic black leather interior and the $395 optional supple leather upholstery. It's when new pricing is shown on screen with the full options list in the description box below. Our 911 is part of what is called the first phase, which spanned from 2004 to 2008, with the second phase beginning a mid-cycle refresh, which included some styling and mechanical performance upgrades and ran from 2009 to 2012, the series end before the 991 successor. In any event, as is the norm with the 911, the 997 is a true rear-engine car, rear-wheel drive, with power coming from a naturally aspirated 3.8-liter horizontally opposed dual-overhead cam 24-valve flat-6 engine that sits behind the rear wheels. This engine is of aluminum block and head construction with VarioCam Plus variable valve timing and 11.8 to 1 compression ratio. It creates 355 horsepower at 6,600 RPM, 295 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM. The Carrera S can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds, 0 to 100 miles per hour in 10.2 seconds. The quarter mile is reached in 12.6 seconds at 112 miles per hour, with its top speed redline limited to 179 miles per hour. Now, let's take 30 seconds to listen to the sounds of this glorious engine. The 997 is equipped with a 16.9 US gallon fuel capacity and consumes 5.3 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of around 321 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 16 miles per gallon city, 24 miles per gallon highway, and 19 miles per gallon combined. Two transmissions were available on the 2007 997, a 5-speed Tiptronic automatic and our more traditional 6-speed manual, of which I favor. This transmission features a dual-mass flywheel with cable-operated linkage and a 15% shorter throw than the previous 911s. Rear suspension is independent multi-link long-short arm with stabilizer bars, coil springs, and self-stabilizing toe controls. Looking around the rear of the 997, while very traditional Porsche, looks very modern as well. A true styling conglomeration of heritage meets contemporary. Only thing missing is the full-width taillight bar that was present in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The rear, however, is entirely functional as the engine sits behind the rear wheels. The cover features active air intakes supplemented by electric fans to aid in engine cooling. The rear intake of the engine cover also telescopes up and out with accordion pleats that doubles as a rear spoiler and significantly reduces lift. A secondary third brake light is also integrated into said spoiler, ensuring its unobstructed visibility regardless of deployment. Along the profile of the 911, whether the top is up or down, the car looks like a 911, more so due to the 997 redesign. The car sits on a 92.52-inch wheelbase, 2.58 inches shorter than the same year Boxster, and an overall length of 175.63 inches. Steering is hydraulically assisted vehicle speed sensitive variable rate rack and pinion with 2.6 turns lock to lock and a 36-foot turning radius. Wheels are the $390 optional 19-inch Carrera Classic 5-spoke silver painted aluminums with $490 5mm wheel spacers. Tires are staggered size Pirelli P0s with fronts measuring 235/35 ZR19s and rears at 295/30 ZR19. Brakes are hydraulically assisted 4-wheel disc brakes with red painted 4-piston aluminum monoblock fixed calipers gripping 13-inch vented and cross-drilled front and rear rotors. Brakes can halt the 911 from 70 miles per hour to 0 and 154 feet. Not surprising, due to the nature and power of the 911, the performance-oriented suspension is just as advanced. Up front, McPherson struts with longitudinal and transverse links and forged aluminum control arms create absolute precise location. Up front, due to the redesign, the 997 looks more like the 911 than the previous generation did. Sporting more traditional styled individual round headlamps, the fried egg look is gone. The headlamps in this 911 are self-leveling xenon high-intensity discharge projector beams and are cleaned by dedicated washer jets. Driving and turn indicators are mounted just below. Lower air intakes direct air to brake cooling ducts and to the radiators. As we take a look inside, first and foremost, no smart key access here, just remote keyless entry. Inside is typical Porsche, very sporty in nature, yet refined and comfortable as well. Taking a look at the door panels, they are wrapped in either a high-quality leather grain vinyl or leather itself. Satin silver door releases create some contrast on the otherwise black door panel. On the A-pillar trim is the power mirror controls as well as power window controls with front-rear selection buttons. Mounted within the Bose speaker grille is the 3 driver memory buttons. The front armrest on both doors open to reveal concealed storage compartments. Along the stainless entry sill with the Carrera S logo, we find the releases for front and rear compartments. Driver's seat is 8-way power adjustable with lumbar adjustments. On the left side of the instrument panel lies automatic headlamp controls with front and rear fog lamp controls and the traditional Porsche left-mounted ignition key switch. Steering wheel is leather wrapped and is tilt and telescopic adjustable. Seats are sporty buckets with multi-power adjustments with driver memory functions. They are heavily bolstered and offer excellent lateral support while still remaining comfortable for long touring journeys. The black leather is of high quality and is part of the Supple leather upholstery package. As we pan through the interior, you can see nice fluidic and responsive steering with a silver accented 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. Mounted low on the column is a stalk that controls information screens with select, set, and reset modes. Across the typical Porsche gauges that are spread out, front and center is the 8,000 RPM tach with the 200 mph speedometer just to its left. Additional readouts are for oil temperature, coolant temperature, fuel, and oil pressure. Along the top of the dash, it's covered in a high-quality plush vinyl that has held up well over time and is to be expected from a car of this price category. As we take an overall look at the interior, it's logical and well laid out, while looking traditional 911. Satin silver trim adorns this interior and these 2 climate vents, which also house the controls for 4-way flashers and the door lock switch. Right in the center of the dash is a full-color Porsche communication module, highlighted by this high-resolution color display. This car is equipped with the $2,070 optional DVD-based navigation system and the $1,390 optional Bose high-end sound package. Controlling the screen is via the hard keys mounted below the screen that control soft menu keys in the display, as this is not a touchscreen. You also have phone controls as well. Down below the PCM are the controls for the $480 optional multi-stage heated seats, as well as front defroster recirculate mode, eco mode, and the rear defroster controls. Further down are the single zone climate controls with temperature adjustment on the left, fan speed on the right, and below the panel distribution controls. Furthest down lie the rear spoiler control, suspension control, and the Porsche stability management controls. Along the center console lies the leather-wrapped 6-speed gear lever, ashtray and lighter, and the top control switch. Rear of the handbrake lies a covered compartment with additional storage and a 12-volt power point. Overall, the interior of the 911, while small and sporty, is quite well built and very comfortable. Overhead, we have automatic dimming rearview mirror, overhead map lights and reading lights, and a 3-channel HomeLink universal garage door opener. Sun visors are small, but do include illuminated vanity mirrors. The visors swing out, but they do not slide out on extensions. Last but not least, the cup holders. Getting into the rear seats is easy. Wait, no, it's not. Folding the rear seats is easy. Lifting the silver lock button on the seat back folds forward to reveal a useless rear seat. Individual buckets wrapped in leather. The nice trick here, though, is the seat backs actually fold flat, creating a very useful parcel shelf. As we raise the top on this car, take a look at how closely matched the stone gray soft top color is to the GT silver exterior paint. The fabric is sturdy and seems of high quality inside and is fully lined and insulated, and even better, it has a glass rear window with electric defroster grids. Overall top fit is solid with little to no extraneous wind intrusion. Access to the front luggage compartment is via a small switch on the driver's side entry sill or the remote key fob. Luggage space in this compartment is limited to just 4.41 cubic feet of storage that is more deep than wide. It is lined and carpeted, as well as illuminated, and can accommodate minimal amount of weekend wears. Inside the large black panel is the remote 6-disc CD changer cartridge, as well as a navigation DVD slot. Next to that is the brake fluid reservoir, and as well as a windscreen washer bottle. Down in the compartment resides a covered storage compartment with tire management and tool kits. This concludes the review of our Porsche 911. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and check us out on Facebook at Neighborhood Car Reviews and Instagram at BrensoJ1. Of course, as always, thanks for watching.